Hi friends, we'll try to create bulk thumbnail images by using a source directory and a destination directory. So all the PNG or JPG images of the source directory will create thumbnail and store it in a destination directory. But initially in the part 1 we'll just take the source and destination directory paths as variables, but in the part 2 we'll use a Tkinter window, and in this file dialog will use, so we can browse and set the source directory, and similarly for the destination directory also we'll click a button and point to the destination directory, and on click of a button all the files of all the images, it can be PNG or JPG images, whatever we set, it will be collected from the source directory and thumbnail will be created and saved in the destination directory. We'll learn all about this. We'll start from this blank Python file. So first we'll import our Python imaging library or PIL from pil import image. So earlier tutorials, or we have discussed how to install it and how to start it. Everything we have in this series we have discussed Python image library. Now next is import OS. OS is the operating system interface. So from Python we can directory, creating file, everything we can access it, and you can read the file. So all this is done by using the operating system, this library or OS library. Now here I am pasting two paths here. So you can see the path is e-testing. This is my case the path. Your case it will change it. And this is the path 2 is the destination. So first one is the source, second one is the destination. This directory I will be storing all my thumbnails, whatever I created. If I have not created it, I can use this line to create the thumbnail directory. So I am here in the part 1, we are just setting the variables as source and destinations. Now let's create a list. We'll give it as L1 because we frequently use the word L1 for a listing. OS. Now we are saying list dir or list directory. Here I am giving path. This is my source path. So in the source, whatever is available, I am getting that one. So I can write it here, list of files and directories at source. Source here means inside the source directory. So now I will use the for loop for file in L1. So all the one by one. So file will take one value, next value, like that. If required, I will just print the file name. So I am printing it. It's not necessary, it's just for our understanding. And then I am saying if os.path. Now here I am saying that only pick up the JPG or PNG. You can add the combination also. If I am telling the path split text. Now here I am giving file. If that particular file, whatever I picked up, that once I given that, it will divide into two parts. One is the it will divide on the dot extension. So the extension will be the 1 and 0 2. It's like a tuple. So 0 will be the rest of the root will be. So here what I want to check what extension the file is. So I am giving it 1. If this is equal to .png, that means if the file is a .png file, then you do this operation. Here I will create the image object. Sorry, img equal to image open. I am opening. Now what I am giving is path. That path at line number 3 you can see whatever I declared plus, because it will not have the trailing forward slash. So I am giving that. I am giving 2 here because that is the standard we have used, because we want to escape one character. If it is T or something, it will create error. So plus, in that I am adding the file name. So file is inside the loop one by one. If it is a PNG, then add the file name here. So I am giving that's all. So I am giving mode is equal to, now here read mode. So I am creating the object by picking up the file. This already we have discussed also earlier, all the reshaping, thumbnail JSON, everything. If you want, then you can show as a sample what picture it is, but we will comment it. We don't want that to show because it's a source only. Now even if you want, print the image size. This is, note that width and height of the original source image, not the destination. So I am saying that main image size. Now remember that we will get a tuple like width and height. So here is the tuple. Now next we'll create the thumbnail, emg image thumbnail. Now here I am giving a tuple of 200 by 200. This is the maximum width and height. Note that the resize also I can do. The difference between thumbnail and resize is that in case of thumbnail, the aspect ratio will be maintained. But here I am specifying the maximum width or height, whichever I give it and whatever value I give, that it will maintain. So that is the basic difference between a thumbnail and resize. Once I am giving a resize, the aspect or giving a width and height, the aspect ratio is not maintained. And here it is the maximum width and height is the 200 by 200. You change it whatever way you want. So image, now it's the time to save it. Save where? At the time of saving, I am using path 2. Path 2 is here at line number 4. You can see the thumbnails is there. But the trailing last forward slash is not there. So for that, I will add that. Plus 2 there, then plus. I am maintaining the same file. But here, it's up to you. You want to name 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to make it, create an incremental variable and add it. I am maintaining the same file name. Now that's all. If you want, you can print image size. This time it will be the thumbnail size. And second is, if you want, you can just show it also. Show the thumbnail. So only. So this will show. But will not show it here. I am commenting this. When you copy the code, you will get all this commented line. Whatever is required, you can just display that. Now that's all. Let me save this and running once. So error, the system cannot find the, okay, sorry, here it is. In this case, yes, mine is not E. It is F. Here also it is F. So the error has come here at the bottom. You can see. Now let me run again. Okay. So all are there. Now let me one by one it is creating here and putting all the details here, because one print command of size I have given. So the sizes were there. Now let me just go to my directory and see thumbnail. Here it is. All are there. Now what I will do, let me just delete it once more. So I'll delete this, go back to my script again and running this. So fine. Now again, these are all created. In this file, this much code is actually important, because the rest of you can see these two paths we have set it. So this much code only will use it in our Tkinter application, where we will be developing the window with the buttons. So for that, I just taken to another file here, both these two only, pill image and import OS. Here we'll start pasting it here. See, here I have just imported Tkinter and the file dialog, because this is what we'll be using to browse and point to a directory. So for that, let's first create our my_w is our parent window. Now below that, my_w that geometry. This is what should be my dimension of width or height. Let me just specify that 450 by 200. You can adjust this. This is the width and height of the window. I will just give a title. Those who are already aware of and seen all our previous tutorials, are aware of this tutorial layout and all, button and all, can skip this part and move ahead. So we'll discuss about how we'll place 2 buttons and 2 labels and 1 third button which will trigger the thumbnail creation. So I'm just giving a title. So for those who are first time starting this can understand. So I'm just giving the title of the window here. So now what happened, 2 variables I am declaring, path equal to blank. I am keeping it blank. You know, path was initially it was the source directory. This also I am keeping it blank. 2 blank I am giving it. Now before declaring the function, let me just, okay, I have to keep the window open. So below that I will keep my_w dot main loop. So this way I can keep the window open. You know, this is the standard template of all the Tkinters. So from this we will be moving. Now let's just place the buttons and labels. So here we are, path we have declared. Below that we will write the function, but before that b1 equal to, it's a button we are preparing, tk dot button. Now what it is, my_w is my parent window. Now text on the button, what will be written is source directory. Okay, then this little bit higher size we are going font equal to 22. Then what will be the command? Command means once I am click the button, what will happen? So lambda, this is a small function, I can write it by using lambda, and I am telling call the function 1. So what is function 1? So far we have not written it, we are going to write it. vz equal to, or background color I am giving it. You can give anything, hex code also. So I am giving the first one light green. You can change, give the hex code also. Now let me just place it on a grid. So here first elements, row equal to 0 and column equal to 0. First element pad x I am giving 10 because from the left edge I am giving a gap, pad y equal to 20. So pad x, pad y both I have given. Now the below that I will place a label. It is below that. Why I am using this label is whatever I select the button or the directory whatever, that I will display it here, the path. So tk.label. So here my underscore w, then text. Initially, instead of displaying the path first time, I will be showing, giving some message to the user. So I am saying it source, and bg. Slightly should be prominent, so I am giving yellow. Now higher size font I am giving font equal to 12. Now again placing it on a grid, L1 dot grid row equal to 1. Why 1? Because row 0 is the button. Below that I am giving it. And column is it should align with along with the button. So same column 0 I am giving. Now pad x slightly I am giving it as 2. So that's all. Now what we will do is we'll copy these two because we need two set. Means one for our source and another is for our destination. So for that let me just place it one more, but this time I will give this name as B2. Let me change this, otherwise I will forget. Sorry, L2. This also L2. Now this will come source. Now this is I am giving it as B2 is destination directory. I have given font equal to 22 command lambda my font 2 second function I am using. So light green let it be. Now here once I come, this will be row 0 and column will change it to, now this is column, I can be right of it. So I can give column 1 or column 2 whatever I want. So I will give column 2. First one, what is the column? Row column 0. So I can give it 1 also because 1 is there. Now then let me pad x, pad y. Now label is my initially destination, it should display. I can give it as background yellow, font equal to 12, row 1, and column should be aligned with that. So column should be 1 and pad x let it be 2. Now this is there two things. Okay, fine. Now one more button that will trigger our main function. So which one? That will give it as B3. So for that let me just paste it and remove this one. Label I am removing. This is all layout part. B3. Now let me give B3 row column 1. So column 2 it will go right of it. So pad x, pad y let it be my text, and here I am writing go. It will trigger the thumbnail creation process. So now what will happen is once this button is clicked, I will create thumbnails. That's all. This is only it will trigger. So 3 functions I have to define 3 functions. So for that let me just write those functions, because I will define create thumbnails. This is what, and inside that I am writing pass. I am not writing anything right now. And here you can see button 2, my func 1, my func 2 are there. So I'll write it above so you can easily correlate. Here I am define my fun 1, then inside that pass. Now similarly the second one fun 2, and inside that I am pass. So let's just see whether our layout is looking correct or not. Here it is. Let's just see light green LIG. Now after correction we'll run it. Here is the output. Now you see the source directory, destination directory, and the third button is go. Once I click this, pick up the browse and pick up the directory path, then that will appear here. Similarly, the destination directory also, once I then the browse and select the directory path, then that path should appear here. And when I click the go button, then the thumbnail should be created. And that I will do it once these two paths are set. Let's close this, go to here, we'll start writing our code inside the functions. So for that, first global path, this is the source one, so I am giving path. Now next line I will create the, what is the path value should be. This is for this I will use the file dialog. File dialog, which I have called an ask directory. This will open the file dialog and I can browse and point to a directory. That is what the, and that path, that path will be stored here in this variable path. Now what I will do, once the user has selected the path, what I will do below that, the yellow whatever label is there, I am just configuring the text equal to path. So that path will be displayed there. Now this is by using config or configure, I can change any option. So I am using the text option and putting the value path there. So whatever the user has selected, that only go. Now the same thing, I will just copy it, paste it here, but this time I will use the destination one. So I'll say path 2. Now here also I will say path 2 equal to, and here path 2, but here label 2 I will use. So that's all. Now let's just see how this works. Up to this point is ready. Now once you click the go button, the last create thumbnail will do. So far we have not written anything. Let's just run up to this point. Here it is, shows directory. I am browsing my local here, testing, inside testing. I have the folder image. There are a lot of images. And this, see, I have pre-created 2 thumbnails. Both are blank now. Select the folder, because I have to select the folder, I can't do. In fact, I can create a directory because the same dialog box will apply me to create directory also. Now I am giving destination directory. I can give thumbnail 1 or thumbnail 2. I have given thumbnail first one. So both the directories, you just see the paths are displayed to the user now. Now once these 2 are displayed, then I will click the go button, which you have so far not written any code. Once I click go button, then this will be source and this will be destination, and all thumbnails will be stored there. Now let's write the code for this create thumbnail. This function is triggered when the third button, that go button, is created. This is the go button B3. This button is clicked. So inside this, first we will access the path and path 2. So source and destination paths will say. So we'll write it global. Now path 2. Both I am accessing here. So I got it. Then what I will do, if os dot path dot exist path. Now what this will return true if the path is available or path is there. Suppose if I create something which is not available or not path, then this will be false. 2 things, and that means I am checking both source and destinations are available. Path dot exist, I am saying path 2. If both are true, then only what you will do is start your thumbnail job. How I will do it, we have already discussed in the another file we have kept it. We'll just copy it from here. We told you here this code is the important only. I am just up to this point, we discussed already. We copied this. The list will be created of the path. Here I am just pasting this. So what happens? If these 2 images, here it is, and okay, this and L1 is created. Now this will go inside. Now the print the file, if you want, you can, it is for loop. So I will be again further go inside. Now here what I am doing is, if I have to maintain the indent correctly. If this is there, then you prepare the image, then you here, then the print the size, then create the thumbnail. It is inside the for loop, and if this is PNG file, otherwise it won't. Fine. So that's all. Now what happens is inside when the button is clicked, global both the path and path 2 are picked up. If OS path exists and OS path exists, both the path and source and destination paths are true, then only list first take the list, create the list using the entire all the file and directories of the source. Then each one you loop through, then print the file path, and if it is PNG, if this is already we have discussed, then rest create the thumbnail. Here it is, the 200 by 200. Now this is the time to test it. So I am just running this. No output will come because our previous window was open, so it was not opening. Now let's just see this. I am running it again. Here it is. Now the source directory I am giving it pointing to image. So here it is. Select the folder. Destination directory I am giving to thumbnail. So here is the destination. I am clicking go. Okay, one by one. Now let us go here and see. Okay, all these are okay. Some things were left. It is created here. I can just delete this. Yes. Now what I will do, I will bring this here. Once more I am clicking the go. So you can see here all thumbnails are created. This is how we can set the source and destination directories and create the thumbnails on the fly, and you can modify it. I'll just leave you with one question. You just see that this go button remains in disable conditions till both the source and the destination directories are selected. If both are selected and user has done, then this go will be enabled so the user can click it. Try that. We have already discussed how this thing you can achieve it by using string variable. I will you try that. Otherwise, you leave it. If you are facing any difficulty, leave it in the comment section. Accordingly, we'll add that part also. And I'll request you, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials. We frequently do that also. And if you have any suggestion, question, ideas, use the comment section below to post it. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.